So it's 6 games, 3 goal scorers. You're welcome to Tregon TV, guys. Let's actually go in and find out which players and which teams you expect to get the job done. Welcome to Against All Odds. I am Okon. So Deji, 6 games, 3 goal scorers. Now let's get into the business today. Let's start off with the very first game, which is the tie in England involving West Ham United at the London Stadium. They're up against Everton. We're going for over 1.5.
Yeah, the big problem for West Ham is they cannot keep clean sheets. They've had just 1 clean sheet in their last 10 games. It's a really, big problem for Slaven Bilic. He's been really worried about how his team cannot keep it tight at the back. And then they're playing against an Everton side that love to score goals. They have the top scorer in the league, Romelu Lukaku. They scored at least the last 8 games are more like has had at least 2 goals. Everton seem to produce goals whenever they played. Last time against Burnley, there were goals as well. So we think over 1.5 looks a very good call in that game.
And let's go to Germany, Deji. There's Bayern Munich up against Mainz. Now, coming off that Champions League defeat at Real Madrid, certainly they'll need a big victory for the fans and then for the running.
Yeah, I think especially for the fans. They are in a good position in the DFB Pokal. The league, it looks like ultimately they'll win as well, but then they're out of the Champions League. No more trouble for Bayern Munich. And I think at this point it's just about the fans. It's about pleasing the fans. It's about putting up a show for the fans. After that disappointment, they'll be looking to put up a result against Mainz. They have the second best home record in the German Bundesliga. So it tells you they could be really good for this one. Mainz have won just 1 of their last 10 games. It's a really, really worrying period for Mainz. So Bayern Munich, they should get the win. They should give the fans some hope. Time to believe again.
Another team that has just 1 win in the last 10 games is Genoa, DG. They're up against Juventus, and it's Juventus at home.
Well, it's not just because Genoa have that bad record. It's because Juventus have the best home record in the Serie A ever, and probably ever in Europe or ever anywhere in the world. They didn't score against Barcelona in the Champions League, but then back in Serie A with the league not so far from their grasp. After Roma, of course, dropped points last weekend, we think Juventus should get the win against Genoa. Looks very good for them.
Yeah, let's talk about AC Milan. They're up against Empoli, and we're going for AC Milan win or draw.
They've won their last 4 home games at home, AC Milan. I think they've sort of revived their season once again. The Europa League looks within their reach. They'll push hard for the Europa League, and at home against Empoli, looks a very good one for them. We're not going all out for an AC Milan win. Even though, Okon, you look at the Empoli side, the form has been bad as well. They've been really struggling to get wins. But AC Milan look good to at least avoid defeat at home. They keep on riding, keep on pushing. Just keep that gap between themselves and their rivals, Inter Milan. A draw at least should do the job.
Crossing over to France, DG, there is PSG up against Montpellier. Coming into the weekend, level on points with Monaco, but we're expecting to get the job done this weekend.
Yeah, PSG have a good record at home, still unbeaten in Ligue 1 in front of their fans. They had that huge scare against Metz during the midweek, but then they were able to get out of it. We think against Montpellier, they should get the job done. They've lost just 1 of 5 against Montpellier. Against Montpellier, with a chance to stretch the lead over Monaco, PSG should get the win.
We decided to end with El Clasico, DG. Of course, it's Real Madrid versus Barcelona. I want to stay safe in this one, so we didn't go for a win for either side. But then we're thinking certainly we'll have goals in this.
Well, yeah, Okon, there's so much at stake in El Clasico. It's the biggest game all over Europe whenever it's played, of course. And we think the goals will rain once again. 2 sides who have so much to play for. And don't forget that amazing stats of Real Madrid. Every game they've played in this season has had at least 2 goals. The last 5 has had at least 2 goals. The last game, that's the reverse fixture this season, had 2 goals as well in it, despite not producing any in the first half. So it looks a certain call, really. El Clasico to have at least 1.5 goals. Real Madrid very likely to score. They have scored in over 50 games running now. Barcelona as well. After not scoring against Juventus, I'm sure Messi and the likes would want to get back scoring. So that looks a good call for us.
For goal scorers, 3 of them. Let's start off in England. Romelu Lukaku is top scorer in England.
Yeah, Romelu Lukaku is on a great run. He's top scorer in the Premier League. We talked about West Ham not having the best defence. Just 1 clean sheet in the last 10. If West Ham will concede, Romelu Lukaku should score.
And in Italy, Dzeko certainly should be grabbing a goal for Roma against Pescara.
Yeah, I should get against Pescara. It's on Monday. It's an important game for AS Roma. They slipped up last weekend against Atalanta, and I'm sure they really want to go all out this time around against Pescara. Dzeko is the man who's been getting the goals for them. He has this record of getting past 30 as far as scoring for Roma is concerned in a particular season, and he'd like to keep up that good run after the disappointment, like I said, against Atalanta last weekend.
Well, in Germany, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is joint top scorer at DG. 26 goals he does have, and this weekend certainly should be banging in a few more.
Well, they needed his goals against Monaco in the Champions League. He didn't turn up with the goals. But back in Bundesliga, where he's on an interesting streak, I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang should get another.
All right, guys, invite your friends to subscribe to Tregong TV, and also you can drop your comments on the post section of this particular video. Have yourself a splendid weekend, and like we always say, nothing is cast in stone. I wish you the very best this weekend. Good luck.